Zach Pagoff here, and welcome back to another lesson video. Today, I will be going over the 9-3 text. So let's jump right into the video. Alrighty, so as I had stated before, I'm going to be going over the 9-3 text, which is the third lesson in Chapter 9. And in this lesson, we will be learning about performing additional cash payments journal operations. Okay, so there are some key terms that I'd like to go over before we start the accounting part of this lesson. So cash short is a petty cash on hand amount that is less than a recorded amount. And cash over is a petty cash on hand amount that is more than a recorded amount. Alright, next we're going to be talking about a petty cash report. So what we're essentially looking at here is a petty cash report. And the different numbers are showing us the different parts to this petty cash report. So number 1 is showing us that we write the date and also the custodian's name. Number 2 is showing us that we write the fund total. Number 3 is showing us that we summarize the petty cash payments. Number 4 is showing us that we calculate and write the total payments. Number 5 is showing us that we calculate and write the recorded amount on hand. Number 6 is showing us that we write the actual amount of cash on hand. Number 7 is showing us that we subtract the actual amount on hand from the recorded amount on hand and write the amount. And number 8 is showing us that we write the total of the replenish amount. Okay, next we're going to be talking about replenishing a petty cash fund. So when we replenish a petty cash fund, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this process. First, we write the date, which is November 18th, in the date column. Next, we write the account titles, which are supplies-office, advertising expense, miscellaneous expense, and cash shortened over in the account title column. After that, we write the check number, which is 310, in the check number column. Next, we record the expense amounts, which are $32.33, $50, and $128.50 in the general debit column. And then we record the $2.17 in the general credit column. Now, cash short is recorded as a debit and cash over is recorded as a credit. So if you notice here, the $2.17 is recorded in the general credit column. That's because it's cash over. So since this amount is cash over, we record it in the general credit column. If this amount had been a cash short, then it would have been recorded in the general debit column. Finally, we calculate the total cash payment by adding up these 3 debits and subtracting them from this 1 credit, and that will give us the total amount, which we then record in the cash credit column, which is $208.66. Alright, next we're going to be talking about totaling, proving, and ruling a cash payments journal page to carry totals forward. So when we total, prove, and rule a cash payments journal page to carry totals forward, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this process. First, we draw a single line rule. Next, we write the date. After that, we write the words carried forward in the account title column. Next, we place a check mark in the post reference column. After that, we write each column total. And finally, we draw a double line rule. Okay, next we're going to be talking about starting a new cash payments journal page. So when we start a new cash payments journal page, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this process. First, we write the journal page number. Next, we write the date. After that, we write the words brought forward in the account title column. Next, we place a check mark in the post reference column. And finally, we record the column totals. All right, so the last thing that we're going to be talking about in this lesson is totaling, proving, and ruling a cash payments journal at the end of a month. So when we total, prove, and rule a cash payments journal at the end of a month, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this process. First, we draw a single line rule. Next, we write the date. After that, we write the word totals in the account title column. Next, we write each column total. And finally, we draw a double line rule. All right, so that is the end of the 9-3 text. In the next video, I will be going over the 9-3 work together. Okay, thank you.